Hi, my name is Mike Callahan, and I'd like to spend a little time with you today talking about this whole idea of salary negotiation. There really is an art to it, and it's important to be prepared when you go into an interview. It's a time of pretty high anxiety for a lot of people because they're not sure how to handle it or what to do. So hopefully this can help you get going in the right direction. Something to keep in mind is the best time to negotiate your salary is that time between I want you and I've got you. It's when the recruiter knows that they want you, but they haven't gotten you committed yet to the position. Don't be talking about it early on in the process. You can talk about it a little bit, but you're not going to be negotiating until you get to that point in the interview process. So, what does it take to be a successful negotiator? And you can read down through this list of items that we've got on the screen. But it's all about having good communication skills and being open and having an open mind, having confidence, be willing to listen. It's not just a one sided kind of a situation. You really are trying to get to a win win solution here. It's not a win lose. It's got to be good for you and it's got to be good for the company. And so there may be options that they get present you with that you hadn't even thought about. So be open to different things. Consider doing it differently. Be flexible, but bottom line, you want to be really well prepared for the negotiation. And so, how do I get prepared? Well, there's three reasons that people use to ask for a certain level of compensation. And the first one is grounded in this idea of I want it. I either want what my friends are getting, or I want what my parents or my significant other, spouse, whatever believes I should get, or you just basically believe that you should get it at this time in your life. And it's fine to have wants. I mean, we all have certain wants, and it's good to be cognizant of those, but you can't use those in the negotiation. That's just in the background. You know what you want, but you can't use that as a justification for asking for a certain amount in the negotiation. Second reason is the whole idea that I need it. I've got loans to repay. I bought a new car, just got married, got kids, whatever it is. There's financial obligations that you have. And again, you should know what those are and be cognizant of those, but you can't use those in the negotiation process. I want it and I need it kinds of things are not legitimate to use in negotiation. The only thing that's legitimate is that you deserve it. And what you want to do is you do your research to be able to make that argument of what you truly deserve. So, how do I go about doing that? Well, there's a really good online resource called onetonline.org. I recommend that you check it out. It's got lots of salary data, but it's also got a lot of additional information about jobs and availability of jobs and demand for certain jobs and everything. So, you can use it to do a lot of your research. Do a critical self assessment of what you're worth, not what you want or you need, but what are you worth and what are you capable of doing. And this online net resource gives you some good things to consider in terms of assessing your own skills and abilities. Quantify your soft skills. Be sure you factor those into the consideration. And then you're going to come up with some kind of a typical salary data where there's a low point, a midpoint, and a high point for different levels of responsibility. And so figure out where you fit. Maybe in this example that we've got, you're in the intermediate, and based on the experiences that you have or the skills that you have, you're kind of in the midpoint there. So in this example, it's at 45,000, say, is the midpoint. Then maybe establish your own mini range, maybe between 43 and 47. So that would be your range going into it. And then when asked, be confident. I believe I'm worth between 43 and 47,000. And it's based on data that you've done, again, not based on what you're wanting or needing. So that's really important to do that research and to have that range, but base it on data, not base it on what you think it should be or what your friend's making or something like that. Have some good data to back you up. Now, also realize that all companies have a total compensation kind of approach or philosophy. And you want to understand the compensation philosophy of the company. You can ask the recruiter what their philosophy is, you can research them, but understand what their philosophy is and how they reward people and how they approach it. There may be opportunities for bonuses or other kinds of at-risk types of compensation, such as commissions or profitability sharing, profit sharing kind of things, and all that are not part of the salary, but are obviously an important part in the total compensation package. So you want to look at that and be aware of those factors. Benefits are a huge factor. 30-35% or more of total compensation that expense at a given company go to benefits. So understand their benefits package and factor that into your consideration. And then any other perks, travel allowance, tuition reimbursement, allow you to go to different conferences. Those are great, actually, negotiation opportunities as you're in the process. Maybe you can get them to throw in some of those items too, or just be aware of whether or not they are provided. So again, approach this from the perspective of total compensation. Bottom line, don't make it about what you want. Don't make it about what you need. Make it about what you deserve. Do your research, get the salary data, establish a mini range, be open, be willing to have some dialogue about it, approach it from that total compensation perspective, and you'll be in much better shape than just going into an interview and hoping they give you a good amount and that you feel good about it. Even if you may not be real comfortable in a lot of negotiation, but at least know what you're worth, know that range. And then if they offer you something within that range, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable with it than if you just go in and hope something happens. So hope that helps a little bit. Good luck. It's a very challenging situation sometimes to get into salary negotiation, but if you're prepared, you can have a little fun with it, and you can come out of the interview with an offer that you're comfortable with and you feel good with and you're proud of. So good luck, and wish you the best in your interviewing.